Hello, seekers of new and exciting stories. Today I will be your narrator and guide through my first story. I am an author and always looking for new ideas. So if you have any ideas for a new story, tell me in the comments. A little preface for this story is that it's a fracture fairy tale. I thought I could start off this series with a fun story called Rosy and the Three Squatters. Now let's get started. Once upon a crummy nighttime, I was running from the law. My heart was pounding as I ran. I had just escaped prison with a spoon and my wits. The cops never stood a chance against me. I ran to a run-down abandoned gas station and broke in. Trespassing, one of my many crimes. The place reeked of mildew and B.O. I found an old bathroom. I entered the bathroom and locked the door. I then took out a bottle of red hair dye. I won't be Goldilocks anymore. From now on, I'll be Rosylocks. I left the old gas station, my new rosy red hair flying in the breeze. I ran for so long that my legs felt like they were going to literally fall off. The sun began to set. I had to find a place to stay. In a run-down neighborhood right in the middle of Wichita, I found a small, nice enough house. I picked the lock and broke in. I hadn't noticed how hungry I was until I spotted 3 plates of pizza on the countertop. I realized how much this goes against all common sense, but I took a slice of pizza from one of the plates and took a bite. Hey, I was starving. Ouch, that burns. This pizza is way too hot. I whispered to myself while my mouth was burning. I moved on to the next plate. Dang, this pizza is frozen. Too cold for my taste. Finally, I took pizza from the last plate. This pizza is just right. Really hits the spot. I needed to sit down because my legs were going to collapse. I found 3 rocking chairs in the living room. I sat down in the first chair. Ouch, this seat is way too hard. I move on to the next chair. Dang, this seat is too soft. Finally, I tried the last chair, and it's perfect. I have eaten all my pizza and I sit down for a while. I need to sleep. I have a long day of running ahead of me tomorrow. I walk up the creaky stairs. Goosebumps rise on the back of my neck. The house is empty, right? Then I hear a noise. My heart starts to race. I start running up the stairs. I reach the top floor. I stop and look around. I think it was the wind. I take a deep breath and walk into the big loft where I spot 3 beds. I know how this story goes. I make my way to the last bed and climb in. This bed is just right, I whisper to myself. I fall asleep. 2 hours later, I wake up to a noise coming from downstairs. Someone took a bite of my pizza, says a deep, manly voice. No, someone took a bite of my pizza, says a normal, boyish voice. Will someone eat all of my pizza, says a small, pipsqueak voice. Look, all of our chairs have been moved. Well, boys, I think we have ourselves a rival. Let's show him who's boss, says a deep, manly voice. Yeah, let's get him, the other men say in unison. I hear footsteps coming up the stairs. My heart starts to pound. I'm stuck. The only way out is the window, but we're on the 2nd level. I can't jump from here. The men reach the top floor. Hey, someone's in our house, says the boyish voice. Who are you? I say, my voice hoarse. We are the 3 squatters. I'm Bobby Sr. He points to the other men. That's Bobby Michael, and he's Bobby Jr., says Bobby Sr. And you're on our turf, lady, says Bobby Jr. You better get out or else. We'll give you to the count of 3 or move you with force, says Bobby Sr. 1. My heart is pounding. Adrenaline is flowing. The only option I have is the window. I spot a big tree next to the window. 2. I make a run for it and jump through the window and climb down the tree. I sprint for my life. I don't even look back when Bobby Sr. yells at me for breaking the window. I run for an hour, then stop. Finally, safe. Then a police officer jumps out from the side of a building and shouts, "Freeze!" Jail really sucks, but they can't keep me in here for long. I grin behind bars. These cops don't stand a chance. The end. Thank you so much for listening. I really enjoy making stories, so please tell me in the comments what you think. And I'll see you next time.